What's up? Chris here, ProPaintJobs. Today we're going to talk about doors and door frames, how we paint them. The most simplified way that we do it anyway. This is a 4-panel door, 1, 2, and you have 2 panels on the other side. Most of the time you walk into a place, you have 6-panel doors, so it's a little more brushwork involved. First thing we want to do is scrape away anything that can be scraped away. I'll just walk around and start scraping. As we're getting closer, I notice old brush marks. And look at this. Poor job. More brush marks. Heavy paint marks there. Brush marks, roller marks. Horrible. So after we scrape the big parts, I just take a sanding block. This is to remove any more contamination, particles left in the previous coat of paint. I don't want to scratch the door, I just want to knock the heads off. I'm not looking to dig into the wood. Next, I want to take a rag and just mop off any dust that was created from the sanding. And as I'm dusting, I'm looking at the door to see if I missed anything. I think I see something here. Very simple. And I just want to unscrew the doorknobs, because the previous people who painted this, that's what happens. Now that's not a real issue if you clean it right away. I don't know why people don't clean it right away. Anyway, the main reason why I like to take the doorknobs off is to avoid any brush marks. Like I showed you all the brush marks over here. There's some around the doorknob as well. I just sand around it. And then of course the rag. Alright, I'm using a 2-inch nylon polyester blend brush, angle sash. Got some semi-gloss white, cutting out of a flat can because I just had one, but here's the semi-gloss. I'm using a 9-inch tray and a 6-inch microfiber roller, or sausage. It's a 3/8 nap. Do whatever you want. First, I like to start inside. Now, these hinges are a mess, but I still don't want to touch any. Just want to brush them. No paint anywhere except the wall. And if that happens, it's okay. Wipe it right off. This is what I don't understand, why other painters don't do that. Just wipe it off. Feed it in the corners. We're lucky here, this is only 2 hinges. Load it up. More of the same down here, you just cut it in. Wiggle the paint up. Now this portion of the door, you could brush it if you want, you don't have to roll it. Doesn't really matter. As long as you get full coverage. It's quick to brush. If you're handy with the brush, it's no big deal. Give me a final pass brush. I don't care how you get the paint in there. Just get it in and work it in. Remember, working it in. Don't worry about all this excess paint. That's going to be worked out. I'm not concerned about drips either. The goal is to evenly spread the paint and just get it on. And for the bottom, just cut it in. One more. Now that that's cut, I get a dip. I want to off-roll on the big parts. Again, I don't really care how you get the paint on. Just get it on. Once I have the paint spread across this bottom half pretty evenly, I just want to spread my paint out more. That's when I go for my finals. My final strokes. I like to do my finishes with the grain. And then I work out those brush marks. Another dip. Just spread the paint out evenly again. Work it in. So get all these drips out. You just don't want to press the roller. Finish strokes. Always overlap your finish strokes. Okay, we'll let this dry and I'll give you the last step. So now that the first coat has dried, I'm just going to lightly sand it. Not aggressive. It's less aggressive than the last time. I'm not interested in gouging anything. Now this time, it's going to require a little less. Spread the paint out. Spread it out. You don't want to be too heavy anywhere. This is how most people would do it. Cut and roll. Now, as long as you're careful and you take your time, it's very tedious. Doors are very tedious. Just want to roll out my brush marks. Maybe absorb any paint that may build up in the corners. We'll do the other side. Now the trick to doing these doors, it's nothing really hard here, but in a typical 2-bedroom apartment, you have 8 to 12 of them. In a typical house like this, when we do the full house, you're looking upwards of 20 doors. So the trick is to be able to do the same thing 40 times. In this particular case, each door is going to get 2 coats. That's time consuming and very stressful, and you cannot teach this kind of patience to roll the last door exactly the same way that you roll the very first door. Chris here from ProPaintJobs. That's how we paint doors.